What's up, dude? So I'm assuming you read the title of this video. SUVs are just the worst. And I'm assuming because you clicked on this video, you also think SUVs suck. But let me just lay down the points for why SUVs are just really dumb in design and like terrible. What the hell am I talking about, dude? So SUVs, they're trying to be like the best of both worlds, right? They want to be, sturdy and capable like a truck, but they also want to be sporty and cool like a sports car, like a sedan. But it's just not either of those. Like, it's not, it's never going to be as fast or as cool looking or as good on gas as just any other lowrider, sedan, coupe type car, right? And also, mind you, I don't know shit about cars. I'm just talking out of my ass about this because even I can see that SUVs suck. Because also on the side of the trucks, they're not as capable as trucks. You can't fit as much stuff in there. It wants to be both, and it's just a worse option for both. Second point, they are way too big for the amount of people you're going to be riding with. Whenever you're driving around, you are almost always, and this goes for almost everybody, you are almost always with two people at most. Unless you got a whole family that you're driving around in all the time with, your wife, your 3 kids, maybe you got 5 kids. Hell, you know these SUVs can fit up to 8 people, right? A lot of them can fit up to 8 people. They got another row of seats that you can put on in the back. That is way too much space because then it makes the car way bigger and all of a sudden you're driving around a fucking tank. You're driving around, you can't see over the hood because you can't, it's hella hard to park. Have you ever tried to park a big ass SUV, bro? It's annoying. Like, I know trucks have the same problem, but at least you look kind of badass driving around in a truck. I mean, that's the whole point that most people buy a truck, is to look badass. You buy an SUV, you look like a soccer mom, dude. No matter what SUV you buy, you look like, and no offense to my soccer moms out there, it's just a general term that is so true when it comes to buying an SUV, right? And this goes into my third point. Because they are so much bigger, they are heavy as hell. With how heavy these cars are, you get worse gas mileage. You get tires that last, they don't even last as long. And it's worse on the roads. You might not think about it because you're probably not the one that's repairing the roads. But roads have to be, paved over and all this. You ever gone onto like the interstate or something while there's, construction going on from just like them repaving the roads? That shit's annoying, right? Because of you and your fat ass SUV, they gotta do that shit even more now. So thanks, asshole. Now we have to sit through another like 3 hours of traffic, dude. Can you tell I'm just airing my grievances on this video? Yeah. Oh yeah, and also, this is sort of a critique for some people who buy trucks and don't use it for what it's, meant to be used for. But people who buy SUVs usually don't even use the space that's in it, dude. Like I said before, you don't put the amount of people that it can hold in there. You don't actually put that much stuff in it. So what the fuck is the point? Why? Like, just, most people, I'm telling you, you can just buy a car. You can just buy a normal sedan type car and you will be fine. But no, we all gotta get SUVs because what if something happens? Well, you never know. Oh, you need 4-wheel drive. You need this, you get that. Get a truck then. Get a truck. Pick one or the other because they're both really, a truck and a car, they do their jobs very well and very efficiently. An SUV sitting in this weird middle position doesn't do either one of them that well. It's average at everything. It's just mediocre. That's my number one grievance. It is mediocre. All right, the fifth point is dude, have you ever seen an SUV on the road and then you see another SUV pass it? And then you see another one and you realize, man, all these cars look the same, dude. They all look the exact same. And it's to the point where it's just ugly. Because I can't tell if they want to go for like some weird, I can't tell if they want to make it look good or if they want to make it aerodynamic. Because it seems to be failing at both. And it's so Like, dude, I'm gonna be real. I wanna, sometimes whenever I get stuck behind an SUV in traffic, I just wanna fucking, like, blare on my horn and, like, just smack my steering wheel. But then I realize the person who's driving it, they probably don't even realize. They're probably a completely fine person. They don't know the problems with, they probably saw the SUV at the dealership, and the guy who was selling it to him was like, this is an amazing car. It's got everything you want. It can do everything. And they were like, oh, it's a jack of all trades. It can do everything. That sounds like perfect for me, because I could, anything can happen, you know, anything can happen, because they're like, I don't know, Milo Murphy or something. And then you really think about it and you think, oh, well, why are there so many SUVs? If you see car ads, it's always about an SUV. And this gets me to my final point. It's just because it makes more money. They can sell them at a higher price than a normal car, and just around the same price as a truck. I don't actually know truck prices, but I know that SUVs are more expensive than just normal cars. And again, it's because they're heavier and it's much easier to market them, because we all know the problems with normal cars. They don't have four-wheel drive. You might get stuck in the snow. They don't get, you know, good traction off-road and all this. And SUVs is supposed to fix all of that. But the problem is we already fixed all of that with trucks, dude. It's the same roundabout circle. And it's just annoying, because it's like it's marketing to people who are really stuck in between buying a truck, but they don't really want to buy a truck, but they don't want to buy a car because they know that the car isn't, it's probably going to get stuck if they get like bad weather or whatever, if it snows a lot. So they get an SUV instead. And it's supposed to be like the perfect middle ground for everything, right? It's just not. Anyways, that's about it. I think I've said my piece. So let me know what you think about SUVs. Do you like them? Do you hate them? I don't really care. You're not going to change my opinion, but you can share it. I'll probably delete your comment, but you know. But yeah, so thank you so much if you watched all the way through. I really do appreciate it. But other than that, I will see you later. Goodbye.